The temperatures outside routinely topping 100 degrees, but we are inside State Farm Stadium in Glendale. That sound of the big red siren brings the Cardinals and their fans to action. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap. It's the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Arizona Cardinals. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson with you, the kicker, Chad Ryland. Gonna get things started. And off we go from Arizona. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. So here come the Jaguars, and Greg, it brings out Trevor Lawrence. Many ups and downs in his first 4 seasons. Now year 5 for the former #1 overall pick out of Clemson.
You know, Mike, it's kind of become cliche. You know, these guys come onto the field and we say, hey, you got to defend every blade of grass. They can make every throw, but that's exactly the case anytime this guy's lined up behind center. And the amount of stress that it puts on your pass defense, on your secondary to know, I got to defend sideline to sideline.
Oh, and they come after him right away, and down he goes on the first play of the game. Matt Wilson getting in there to drop him. It'll be a loss of 7 to start this drive.
This is a defensive coordinator just testing the waters. How is your protection plan? Do you have a plan for any linebacker or second-level pressures? Well, I think we got the answer in this one because they had no answer for it, and you can bet he's going to continue to dial those up.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Here's carry number 1 for Travis Etienne. He'll push ahead to the 21. Calais Campbell up there to make the stop.
Tackle made at the 21-yard line. A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Not the sharpest of starts on offense. Here an early 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game? They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on 3rd down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up and they fail through the air, and they have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
On the return, it's Dortch. And he is going backwards. Good coverage there to make sure he did not get free. So out comes the Arizona offense for the first time. They're going to be led out by their veteran signal caller out of NC State. It's Jacoby Brissett.
In my opinion, Mike, if they expect to leave here today with a win, they're going to have to be aggressive early and often. They might not connect on all of them, but pushing the ball downfield could open up a lot of opportunities for you to take advantage as this game unfolds.
They'll go play action here with Brissett. This pass is caught by Greg Dortch. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield.
14 yards.
A gain of 14. Good for a quick first down.
1st and 10.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes.
And they'll take this down inside the 35. And it's a gain of 20 on the heels of another big play to begin this drive.
And if he's late with that throw, Mike, there's a really good chance a defender could have made a play on it. But he does a beautiful job. He puts the ball out in front of his shoulder, leads the receiver, and allows him to get upfield and pick up the first down.
On first down, we're set. That's to the tight end, Elijah Higgins. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
The drag route. We used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
They'll run. It's Amari DiMercato. He's going to get forward for about 5 yards, but this one might be coming back. Let's check in with the referee. Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's second down and 7. Off the bootleg, here's Brissett. They'll swing this one out wide to Carter. And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain.
Brings up third down and 7.
"21 is the line to gain as we hit third down. Throwing again, Brissett. This one just too far for the receiver out in front of him. That one falls incomplete.
I think he predetermined that third down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
45-yard attempt.
Ryland's kick is good. And the Cardinals are out to an early 3-0 lead.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
So after the field goal to open up the scoring, the kicker's back out for this kickoff. From the 6, here comes a return. We'll get this up past the 20. That's where they'll set up shop. The Jaguars offense ready to see the football for the second time. They'll start out first down and 10. They go play action for Lawrence. That's complete. He finds Brian Thomas. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. 18 yards. What a great way to start the drive. It's a first down.
And that's a nice grab for his first catch of the game, Mike. And he's someone that the play caller has told us he wants to get him early touches, get him a feel for the game. Nice job there making that happen.
That's into the hands of Travis Etienne. Oh, nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain.
A bit of a quick hitter here. And what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
Man in motion here is Washington. Second down, Lawrence. This one complete to Washington. He's going to be out of bounds. Gain of just a couple. And now he's got third down coming up.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
He's going to be followed up and taken down. They got him.
And these are the type of splash plays that can have an impact, especially as the game goes on. So offensive line has to do a better job to make sure that they have this protection shored up and that this isn't a sign of things to come.
Here's Here's Logan Cook now. He's on to punt for the second time in this opening quarter. Uh-oh. And they'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The Cardinals offense ready for their second possession. They had the field goal on the opening drive to take the early lead. See if they can improve on it here. 3-0 is our score, and it's 1st and 10. He'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
He's brought down at the 31. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Play action, and here's Brissett. That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete.
Initially, a nice job by the receiver. He actually was open downfield. He was able to get behind the defense, but the window closed up so quickly they couldn't get the ball to him. Prevents the big play.
3rd and 6. Working out of the gun, here's Brissett. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring 4th down right in the face.
So on 4th down, here's Pat O'Donnell to punt. Parker Washington is deep for Jacksonville. And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. The Jaguars offense make their way out to take over once more. And so far, not much has gone right. They've had it twice, punted twice. Looking to sustain something here on drive number 3. That is caught out wide on the RPO.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
Here comes the jet sweep. And that one shut down right away. Good pressure on the backside. The defense stops him for no gain.
So these jet sweep plays, we see them so often, both under center and the shotgun. There's a lot of ways to do it. But there's a little feast or famine element, especially in today's NFL, with the speed of these defensive edge players. So you got to make sure you get the edge accounted for so you can at least avoid these negative plays. And this offense just cannot get anything going right now on 3rd down. If you ask any offensive play caller throughout the entire league, Mike, the importance of 3rd down, maintaining possession, making the defense stay on the field and have long extended drives, it is critical to not only scoring points, but ultimately winning in the NFL.
Now, fair catch called, and he's going to take it out beyond the 25-yard line. Out comes the Arizona offense. They get ready for their next possession. They'll look to build on their 3-0 lead as this drive starts with a 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. Not much happening there, just a short gain.
He was brought down at the 28-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Second down, 8 to go from the 28. Operating from the gun is Brissett. Moving to his right. He runs with it. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield. Taking advantage of the room to run, a gain of 19 on the scramble.
You can see here, Mike, the impact that sending your receivers deep does to the defense. You add so many layers, and the defense has to get so much depth in their pass coverage. It leaves a lot of room underneath, and that's exactly what the quarterback takes advantage. Tucks the ball down, turns into a runner, picks up the first down.
And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Brissett. That's over the middle and intercepted. That's the linebacker, Devin Lloyd.
So not a lot of yards on your return, Mike, but that's okay. The number one thing, end up with the ball in your hands. And in this case, mission accomplished, and his guys are headed off the field to celebrate.
Here comes the Jacksonville offense now, heading back onto the field. They'll begin with terrific starting field position. It gets going with 1st and 10. Look to hit him with a jet sweep here to begin this drive. The tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line. Play is stopped. We have an injury to one of the Jaguars. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. This pass is caught by Thomas.
Complete to number 7, Brian Thomas Jr. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 34-yard line.
From the 34, here's 2nd and 4. They'll send their tight end left. Lawrence gives this one to Etienne, and they will take him down at the 20-yard line. It's a pickup of 13 yards. That's good for a Jaguar. 1st down.
Really nice explosive play there on the ground. And tell you what, for these fans sitting in the stadium, they're not used to seeing their home team pushed around. So continue to be physical at the line of scrimmage. Mix in the runs with the pass, and they can continue to generate the...
And he will get into the end zone. Travis Etienne. Touchdown, Jaguars.
You just don't see these kind of holes too often at this NFL level, Mike, and you can see once he got the ball, the clear line to the end zone, he doesn't get touched, and an unfortunate defensive breakdown here ends up costing him 6 points.
Cam Little comes on now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Jaguars move out to a 7-3 lead.
7, Cardinals 3. Cam Little.
Little now following the touchdown, out to kick this one away. This will be returned from the 6. Oh, he's got room past the 30. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. The Cardinals offense ready to take over once again. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Run there. He winds up gaining about 9 yards.
Like the old adage, you run to set up the pass. This modern offense nowadays, we're starting to see that flipped upside down on its head. Typically, the success of the passing game is what allows teams to have success like this in the run game.
They'll run it for the first time with the former Tar Heel, Michael Carter. And he'll get past the marker. So he's got a first down on that gain of 5.
It's possible they could have tried to be a little bit more aggressive on second down, knowing they had 3rd and inches in their back pocket. But I don't think anyone's going to complain. Pick up the first down, extend the drive, see if you can go score.
On the run, here's Carter. He'll get about 2. Devin Lloyd, the linebacker, there to stop.
To the 49-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Brissett. Pass pulled in by Carter. And he's going to be brought down. And with that tackle, we hit the end of the first quarter of play. Second quarter starts. Cardinals in possession of the football. And they've got it with 3rd and 6 coming up. Throw it. Brissett. He finds his man. It's Dortch. He's going to have the first down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
First down.
Nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than being able to pick up a first down without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver is going to pick up the rest after the catch.
To throw, it's Brissett on 1st and 10. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 12 there. It's good for a Cardinals first down.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get him the ball, pick up the first down.
He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
Keeping it in the air, here's Brissett. To the right side here, pass is caught. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
Now, this looks like a design run. Oh, the defense meets him in the backfield. They stopped him dead in his tracks and set up fourth down.
2 yards.
So it's a pretty manageable third down, so they really have the option to run or pass, so they decide to keep the ball on the ground, which I don't mind as long as you've made the decision already that you're willing to use fourth down to pick up the rest of the yards. If not, I think that's a big mistake.
The field goal, a 37-yard attempt.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Cardinals are back within 1. It's 7-6.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
So Ryland now, following the made field goal, back out to kick this one away. He fields it at the 8. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. The Jaguars offense ready to come back out for this next possession. Their lead is just a point as they begin it on this drive with 1st and 10. The drive begins with a carry from Etienne. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
It's a loss of a
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Lawrence. Caught over the middle by Thomas. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield.
It's a gain of 25
That's
yards
his third catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
This is a really nice job of just finding a hole in coverage, Mike. And I used to say, hey, when you're open, stay open. That's the art of route running versus zone coverage, and it's a friendly target for the quarterback in space, and they're able to convert.
From the gun, a give to Etienne. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
Walter Nolan on the stop. 1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9 at their 49-yard line.
From just shy of midfield, here's 2nd and 9. Here's Lawrence to throw. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a first down. A gain of 11 there, and a first down.
The best guys I've been around, Mike, they have a sense where they can see the ball, but they can feel the sideline. And that's kind of an innate sense that these guys have that allows them to concentrate and secure the catch and ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. That's 13 more on that play, and quickly another first down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense. You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
Lawrence now on 2nd down. Quick throw here is complete. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
Lawrence from the gun here on third down. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag comes in. That might make this a first down.
Automatic first down.
Now a handoff, Etienne, and he's in! Travis Etienne, touchdown Jaguars! That is second touchdown of the afternoon. What a standout performance early on in this one. That his second rushing touchdown of the game.
And some backs, Mike, they just have a sense of finding the end zone and being able to finish off these runs. That's exactly what this guy has been able to do today, and we're just getting started.
Here's Cam Little for the PAT. It's up and through, and the Jaguars will take a 14-6 lead.
Cardinals 6.
Little now following the touchdown, out to kick this one away. Emari Demercado to return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Cardinals offense ready to get back to work. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Now, Brissett. He gets this complete to Michael Wilson. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 35-yard line.
From the 35, here's 2nd down and 3. To throw is Brissett. That's caught. It's Emari Demercado. And he'll be taken down after a gain of 3, but that is good enough for a first down.
We're starting to see this so often, Mike. The days of just having a running back who you're just going to turn around and hand it to, yes, that's still a critical part of NFL offensive football, but their ability to be used in the passing game, just one more thing for the defense to have to defend. Make them go sideline to sideline, line of scrimmage to the end zone. Defend every blade of grass, and a really good running back goes a long way in doing that.
Call it a gain of 13. It's an Arizona first down.
Nice job by them getting the back to the perimeter. Then he's able to get outside, stick his foot in the ground, and then get vertical. Right down the numbers. Those are the type of runs this offense wants to see more of going forward.
And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. Good-looking screenplay there. A gain of 11 and a first down.
And this is what modern-day running back looks like in the NFL. They want to be able to activate these players in the passing game, no different than they do with the tight ends and the wide receivers. When you look out there and you have a mismatch, you have a linebacker or a safety on your running back, he's expected to win, and that's exactly what he did here.
An eligible receiver downfield. Offense.
You only get a 1-yard buffer from the line of scrimmage for these old linemen. That time he strayed a little too far, and it draws the flag. Now it's Brissett. A short one here, caught by McBride. Good recovery after the penalty. He's back within a couple of yards of that first down.
Brings up second
How fast
and
things
2
can flip. You
at the
find yourself in
29-yard
first
line.
and a mile after taking a penalty on first down. But that chunk play there in the passing game now gets them back in sequence with the chains and brings up a more manageable second down.
Higgins sent in motion. Inside the 10, it is caught. And he's going to be taken down, but there is a flag on the field. You wonder if that was a push-off. Here is Brissett. He'll set up the screen to DeMarcado.
Brissett's pass complete to Amari DeMarcado. That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Third down, they need 5. Brissett gonna throw again. It was middle, and he's got his man complete. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success. Sometimes you run all those big bodies out there, you kind of tip your hand. I always love going big jumbo personnel for a play action. In this case, they keep the ball on the ground. The defense knew it was coming, and they suffer a loss.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. Working out of the gun, here's Brissett. The 2nd down throw is incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
On 3rd down, they'll throw with Brissett. Trying to get away, but he will not. They finally run him down.
And that's a big-time play. It felt like they really needed it, Mike. That was a drive where the offense seemed to be in complete control. Anytime on the defense where you find yourself on your heels, you're giving up big plays, you're giving up fresh set of downs, you need a spark. You need something to change the momentum of the drive, and we'll see if that was it right there.
The Jags will use the first of their timeouts here, as they'll discuss what's to come as 4th down is looming. Chad Ryland on now for the field goal. Officially, it's a 36-yard attempt. 3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Cardinals are back within 5. So Ryland now, following the made field goal, back out to kick this one away. Now return coming from the 7. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. Travis Etienne and the Jaguar offense ready to get back to work. The lead is 5 as they're going to start with this first down. Here's Lawrence. Now a screen set up for Etienne. And they will finally catch up to him and get him down. What a way to kick off a drive. That's a gain of 30 and another first down.
This defense just gets punched in the mouth on that one, Mike, and it just seemed from up here that not everyone on defense was on the same page, and the offense was able to take advantage of it. The defense has to clean things up here in a hurry, because if they don't, they could be in for a long day.
Lawrence's pass, complete to Jacoby Myers. It's a gain of 5, brings up 2nd and 5 at the 33-yard line.
2nd and 5. Play action now. It's Lawrence. Throw it here down the field. Will fall. Incomplete.
Quarterback's trying to give his big tight end a chance to go up and use that large catch radius. Unable to connect. Little letdown here for the tight end community, Mike.
Here now, 3rd and 5. Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence, and that is incomplete. Jacoby Myers was the intended target, and it's going to lead to 4th down.
And the best offense on 3rd downs, Mike, is to be really good on 1st and 2nd down. This keeps teams from putting themselves in these unfavorable positions. It's part of the reason why these drives continue to stall out.
Little's kick is good. And the Jaguars will tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. This returnable, it's DeMercado, and he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Cards offense going to take over here in the final minute of this first half. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Brissett gonna throw, and this is gonna be caught, but they say out of bounds. So incomplete pass.
Jordan Lewis.
You know, it's hard to speculate, Mike. We sit up here and we try to just
and I believe the referee was buzzed by the replay officials, indicating let's get a closer look at this. They trigger this automatically in the last 2 minutes of the half.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So the official upstairs and the replay center in New York get the second look, and indeed this call will be overturned. Here's 2nd and 6. Operating from the gun is Brissett. Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete.
It's been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately with his passing game here today, Mike. And I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little off in their execution and leads to an incompletion.
They put Wilson in motion. From the shotgun on 3rd down, Brissett will try to run for it. Arizona will take its first timeout. Clock will stop. They stop it here with just under 40 seconds until halftime.
This is exactly how it's supposed to look on 3rd down. His eyes are downfield, nothing materializes. He quickly decides he can do it himself, picks up the first down, and then to protect himself with the slide, well done.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Brissett. Now a ball deep, middle of the field, and he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line. Now a timeout charge to Arizona. That is their second, as they'll stop it just a little bit over 30 seconds to go in this first half. On first down, Brissett gets it away quickly, and it's caught.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules, and the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop, and that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Brissett. In trouble, and down he goes. Eric Armstead in for the sack. It is a loss of 8, and now it's 3rd down. So, halftime here out west. Let's send it east to Scott Hansen. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the third quarter as we're ready to kick off the second half. Back out to our commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Okay, Scott, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustments will pay dividends here. Likely going to play a big role in who wins this one. Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. This returnable, it's DeMercado. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. The Cardinals offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. The deficit is 8 as this drive begins with 1st and 10. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
Throw it. Brissett. That's to the right side. Caught by McBride. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down.
A gain of 9.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
3rd and short yardage. It's Brissett. He's got his tight end. That's McBride. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. A big one there on 3rd down. Good for 26 yards.
At the 44-yard line.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
Now Brissett throwing, very stout there. That's going to bring up second down.
It leads to second and 10.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it, but I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
On the ground, DeMarcado. He plunges forward for a couple of yards. It is Jordan Lewis who brought him down.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
3rd and 7. Back to throw. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. That screen goes for 12. And that's a first down.
And this is what can happen when you're so worried about protecting the sticks, Mike. You force them to throw the ball underneath, but then you've got to be able to rally the ball and tackle. But they weren't able to do it before he gets to the line to gain, and he ends up picking up the first down anyway.
Now give on the ground, and he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
Here's a 2nd and 9 now from the 29. Now Brissett. They'll look to set up the screen here. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard, and sets up 3rd down.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
To throw is Brissett. And that is incomplete.
Brissett's pass.
We're starting to see a lot of this on 3rd down, Mike, where they're going to rely on the run after catch to pick up these 3rd down conversions. So you know what that depends on? You have to actually complete the ball, and in this case, it falls incomplete, brings up 4th down.
So on 4th down, out comes Chad Ryland for the Arizona field goal. Another one through the uprights. He's 4 for 4 on the game. And the Cardinals are back within 5.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
So Ryland now, following the made field goal, back out to kick this one away. He'll start at the 4. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. Travis Etienne and the Jaguar offense ready to get back to work. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. They go play action for Lawrence. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up 2nd down.
Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at, and that defender's bearing down. You really get a good idea of what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch, and in this case, what guys are unwilling.
And he's got this up close to the 35-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10. 1st down, Jacksonville.
This is where you have to be careful, Mike. You find yourself winning in the 2nd half. Human instinct says, all right, let's just sit on the ball and protect the lead and let the clock run out. You can't do that. Stay aggressive. Do what got you here. Continue to mix the run with the pass. Keep your foot on the gas and try to extend this lead.
Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. Parker Washington was the intended receiver. And it'll be second down. On the handoff, it's ETN. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground. Like, there was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
3rd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. He's got his man down the field. It is a big completion.
Pass interference. Offense.
The task now, a really tough one. 3rd and very long. To throw is Lawrence. That one too far out in front. It is incomplete.
I like the fact that they took a shot on 3rd and long, right? A lot of offenses in that situation would be a little bit more conservative playing for the 4th down punt. They're trying to pick up a big chunk play through the air, but now that you can't connect, it all but guarantees you got to punt this ball away as it brings up 4th and a mile.
This is taken at his own 30. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. Out comes the Arizona offense. They get ready for their next possession. The deficit is 5, so they'll try to put a drive together here. They'll begin it with 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Brissett. That is incomplete. No way to force the football in there. Good coverage. It'll bring up 2nd down.
And they got the look they were hoping for, one-on-one on the outside. He's just unable to hold on to it through contact, and I think that was a big opportunity missed.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Now DeMercado. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
Looked like that might have been an RPO, a run-pass option. The quarterback has the ability to put the ball in the belly of the running back or pull it on the pass. Looked like he might have been better off pulling that one because he handed it off, and there was nowhere for that running back to go.
Here is Brissett. And that is incomplete. Contact occurred just as the ball was arriving. There are no flags. It's 4th down.
And that's exactly how you teach it. They want these defenders to time the hit, that right when the ball gets there, you separate the receiver from the ball. And those are the ones on offense, man. You just have to make that catch, Mike.
Oh, not the best of snaps, and this one is blocked. They break through, and they block it.
The long snapper is going to have to shoulder this one, Mike. I mean, this one falls flat on his plate. He put his punter in a really bad spot, and he wasn't able to bail him out, and disaster strikes.
Travis Etienne and the Jaguar offense ready to get back to work. And you look at his numbers as a pass catcher in this one. They've lined him up in different spots, shifted him around, and they've made him a real weapon in the passing game. On 1st down, Lawrence. This one batted away. It's incomplete. Good hands there in the end zone, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
A bit of a risky throw here in the end zone, Mike, and those windows down here tight, they close so much faster in this part of the field. By the time he let it go, the defender was already in position, and was able to make a play on the ball.
Lawrence now on second down. A quick throw, that's complete on the slant. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up third down.
When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end of it.
They'll try and run for the first with ETN. And he's close to the goal line. Won't have the touchdown, but he does pick it up on third down.
First down. First and goal.
What a great run down here inside the red zone, Mike. It's so important that you still can run the ball. Great job here by the back. I thought for a minute he was going to score. He gets it all the way down inside the 1, and I wouldn't be surprised if they let him finish this drive off. These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times, and then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get one more yard? Now, for him individually, not ideal, but right now they're on the doorstep of the end zone, and they got to find a way to put that ball across the goal line.
ETN will score. Touchdown, Jacksonville. And make it a hat trick. That is his 3rd rushing touchdown of the game. A big reason his team is on top.
And so far, Mike, this run game has been the difference, and we're going to see in the second half. Now, can they protect this lead? Because, Mike, that's where a run game has its most value, and so far, this guy's been incredible.
Little on now for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Jaguars will extend this third quarter lead.
Cardinals 12.
Little now, following the touchdown, out to kick this one away. To return is Greg Dortch. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Cardinals offense and Jacoby Brissett getting set for their next drive. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. Play action, and here's Brissett. He'll step up and run this.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
From the 34-yard line, here's second down and a yard. Going back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And he'll be tackled up around the 45-yard line. A gain there of 11. It's good for a Cardinals first down.
First and 10 at the
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest, and while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense. It's so easy for us up here in the booth, Mike, to say, hey, that's the wrong read. He's got to pull that and take it to the outside. But I promise you, it happens so fast, and these defensive players have gotten so good at giving false indicators. Sometimes it's hard for the quarterback to know, should I give it or should I pull it?
Now, it's Brissett. That one incomplete. Good job, textbook there. Separated the man from the ball, and it'll bring up third down.
Brings up third down.
And this is really just more of the same that we saw in the first half. They have made it a huge struggle in the passing game. I mean, just no easy completions, no open space. Every single ball has been contested, and they've done a great job all day.
This one broken up. It's incomplete. Good job separating the receiver from the ball, and it is fourth down.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. And truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. Travis Etienne and the Jaguar offense ready to get back to work. We're going to be looking to possibly push this to a 3-score advantage. Work to do on this drive. 1st and 10. They'll give it to Etienne to start this drive. And they'll bring him down around the 27-yard line. Dalvin Tomlinson fighting off the blocks to make the play.
1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's 2nd and 9. Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. And this defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Now Lawrence. And this drive is over before it can start. He's swallowed up to force 4th down.
These pass rushers, they love these situations where they can just pin their ears back and go after the quarterback. They knew they had a chance to put an end to this drive, and they didn't let it go to waste.
Jaguars ready to punt this one away, as he'll have to hit it from his own end zone. Now fair catch is taken back inside the 40. The Cardinals offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. They'll get in behind his blockers, get forward for a pickup of 3. Josh Hines Allen there on the tackle.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the 43, here's 2nd down and 7. He'll look to throw. That one down the field, but it is incomplete.
Pretty unforgettable performance so far in the first half, Mike, and they're going to try to figure this out here in the second half and try to gain some momentum, figure out what's going to work, where are our matchups, and let's go try to put a drive together and get some points, because so far this has been a struggle, and they just cannot get anything going through the air.
On 3rd down, they'll throw with Brissett. This one just too far for the receiver, out in front of him. That one falls incomplete.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
And he couldn't get that one to check up, and it'll keep bouncing into the end zone. It's a touchback. Travis Etienne and the Jaguar offense ready to get back to work. They built a nice lead for themselves here. They'll try to add to that, beginning with first down. Play action now. It's Lawrence. Throw left side, taken in by Thomas. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 23-yard.
So we are through 3. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 23, here's 2nd down and 7. Fourth quarter now, and it'll begin with a run by Etienne. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 4.
Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. Got his man, it's complete to Thomas. They hook up again, 2nd time on this drive, and this one's good for 18 yards and a first down.
For a Jaguars first down.
That might end up being the backbreaker right now. This defense desperately needed to get off the field and give their offense a chance to cut into this 2-score lead, but instead, they now got to defend a fresh set of downs, and as you look up at this clock, they might be running out of time.
Right back to Thomas. He's got it again. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to Etienne. And he's going to be close to a first down. Looks like he'll have just enough to keep the chains moving.
Well, here's where you really see the value of having a good run game. 3rd and short, 4th and short. The ability to just keep it simple, win up front, turn around, hand the ball to your back, and to say, okay, more likely than not, we're going to get a fresh set of downs, maintain possession, and now continue to find opportunities to go generate points.
And this is too far out in front. That one's incomplete.
He's going to wish he had that one back. I think his receiver got behind the defense, Mike, and had a lot of room to run, but he just put a little too much on it, and they're not able to connect.
2nd and 10. Lawrence. A throw left side, but it's incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
Lawrence from the gun here on 3rd down. That one too far out in front. It is incomplete.
I think as the offense comes to the sideline now, the quarterback and his wide receivers need to get together and say, hey guys, what are you seeing out there? How can we find some open targets? Because on that last down, there was nowhere to go with the ball.
Punting unit comes on. Jaguars will kick it away as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead.
The Cardinals take
The Cards offense back onto the field. for their next possession. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. On play action, Brissett.
Just a great example of not only the anticipation, but the instincts to go break that pass up, Mike. You can see he's clearly looking at the quarterback's eyes, and once that ball was delivered, he's just attacking it and breaking it up.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun is Brissett. That was out in front of his big target. They cannot connect, and it falls incomplete.
The biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
Going up top. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
And that's what you call a wasted series. They come out here and they decide we're just going to air it out. 1st, 2nd, 3rd down. All 3 incompletions, and now it brings up 4th down. And barring some crazy decision here to keep your offense on the field, you're going to find yourself right back on the sideline.
On the return, here's Washington. And it'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. Travis Etienne and the Jaguar offense ready to get back to work. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the 4th quarter. First down throw for Lawrence. On the run to the right.
Well, we've seen time and time again just how dangerous this quarterback can be, Mike, when he decides to tuck it and take off. So that is a great job defensively to rally to the football and hold him to just a short gain.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Lawrence. This one, batted away. It's incomplete. Trying to get it to Travis Etienne that time. And 3rd down coming up.
Well, it's not going to make up for all the plays that they've been on the wrong side of up until this point. They finally are able to land a jab of their own, knock this ball away, and get a much-needed incomplete pass.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
Special teams on the field, ready for this punt. As this drive went backwards, he's on to kick it away. And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. The Cardinals offense ready to get back at it. first and 10. Here's Brissett. He'll look for and find DeMercado out of the backfield. And he's out of bounds on the pass play, but that's good for 8 yards.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly second down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
Now a give up the middle, and he's got it. First down. A pickup of 4.
This offense, they're not interested in taking the deep shot here. Second and short, the way they're running the ball, pound the rock, reset the downs, and just keep the drive alive.
They'll come up here, first and 10. They'll stay on the ground. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
Back to the drawing board for this run game, Mike. The offensive coordinator and his staff, they have to do a better job giving plays, giving opportunities to their offense to find success on the ground. Because right now, they have no answers for this defense.
Throwing on second down, Brissett. He'll go left side here and complete this one. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. 13 yards on the catch there. It's an Arizona first down.
At the 42-yard line.
They'll go play action here with Brissett. He'll take a shot. Looking for Wilson.
They nearly connected on the big play downfield, but he's not quite able to hold on to that ball through the contact. You can chalk that one up as a win defensively.
Brissett to throw on second down. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
Third and long obviously isn't an ideal situation to be in offensively. It makes you very predictable, which then places a ton of stress on your offensive line and your quarterback. So they've got to start being more productive in these early downs and set themselves up for more success come third down.
He'll try and get there on the ground. Good job breaking the pocket and going for 14 yards. And most importantly, a first down.
14 yards. That's another Cardinals first down. First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
And that just can't happen. Third and long, just understand, contain the ball, rally tackle. Just get the ball carrier on the ground. Not only not able to get to him inside the pocket, he's able to extend the play with his legs and pick up a huge, long first down.
And he's going to be shoved out of bounds after a gain of only a couple.
Bounds at the 41-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8.
From the 41, here's second and 8. From the gun, here's a handoff. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, and it sets up third down.
That's a gain of 6. Brings up third and 1.
Try to pick this one up on the ground.
He's tackled at the 34-yard line. A gain of 1. It's fourth down and less than a yard.
Trailing late, they've got to go here. It's fourth down. They'll try to run. And that's not going to work. The defense comes up with a fourth down, fourth quarter stand, and forces a turnover on downs.
So the offense finds themselves in a tough situation. They're down by 2 scores late in this game. They know this is a prime opportunity. They need to play for a touchdown, and instead the defense makes a huge stand, and they got a chance now to close this game out.
The drive begins with a carry from Etienne. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2.
He's brought down at the 37-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Here's a 2nd down and 7 from the 37. From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. Oh, that may be the break they needed. That one's intercepted. That's the safety, Buda Baker. And he's going to set up his guys with great field position. A huge chance to cut into the deficit.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
On first down, we're set. That is caught. What a throw. Touchdown, Arizona. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
Chad Ryland now for the extra point. The kick is good, and the Cardinals have cut the deficit to 5.
24, Cardinals 19.
So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a one-score game as they kick it away. From the 6, here comes a return. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Jags offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. Lawrence gives this one to Etienne. And he'll find some way to turn this into positive yardage, struggling forward for a pickup of about 2.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
Now 2nd down throw for Lawrence. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
I can guarantee you that interception he threw on the previous drive, that's still in the back of his mind. You got to know when to take a chance, and you got to know when to just throw the ball away and live for the next down.
This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. Now here's Lawrence. Now a screen set up for ETN. And he is out of bounds at the 45. Great timing to call the screen. It's a gain of 17 and a first down.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the fourth quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative. Just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 3. They go play action for Lawrence. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down. Arizona will take its first timeout. Clock will stop. Talk things over before third down. To throw. Lawrence. This one just too far for the receiver. Out in front of him. That one falls incomplete.
When you get the ball in this situation, what you're looking to do is not only end the drive with a touchdown to put the game away, but you'd love to chew up some clock. So with that incomplete pass now likely putting an end to this series, that's a big opportunity for them to try to close this game out.
Didn't get the check he was hoping for on that one. That goes into the end zone, and it's a touchback. Out comes the Arizona offense. They get ready for their next possession. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Start on the ground. He'll gain 3 out of this, up to the 23.
And they've really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you'd want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now, and partially it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage in the game.
Play action, and here's Brissett. That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete. Now they face 3rd down and 7. They'll drop to throw. Got his receiver on the in-cut. He's got it. And the defense hands him up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
The key to good route running, Mike, is deceiving the man covering you into thinking you're doing one thing, and then you change it and do the other. And in this case, he had the defender thinking this was a vertical downfield route, and then next thing you know, he gets to his break point, he breaks in, and that ball's put right on the money for a big pickup.
They get
Previous play is under review.
at issue. Was he able to stay in bounds? The NFL rules, you're looking for either 2 feet or a body part that is not a hand to be down with possession of the ball. No bobbling, the ball not moving around. He has control, so that's what the referee is looking at here.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
So that is what you want. No, sometimes it takes time, but they do get it right, and this call will stand. Plenty of time, plus 2 timeouts at their disposal. It's 1st and 10. Throwing again, Brissett. That one just too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
All right, so this is why you get paid the big bucks. These are the possessions as a quarterback you need to deliver for your team. Everybody talks about 2-minute. Everybody drills it every single week. But when it comes down to this moment in the game, your quarterback needs to be on point. And after that first down incompletion, it just makes things that much harder.
That one out of the reach of the receiver's outstretched arms. It is incomplete.
So now after that last incompletion, this brings up a critical third down. But remember, Mike, they don't have to get it all here in one play. They've got third and fourth down. There's no punt. There's no kick. They've got to treat this like it's their final possession of the game, and they've got 2 downs to extend this drive.
We're set. Gonna throw again. He'll air it out. Deep for Wilson. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's fourth down.
They desperately needed that one, Mike. Down here late, they've only got a few remaining snaps to go, and it puts all of the pressure of the game now on fourth down. Let's see what play call they have in a gotta-have-it situation, and right now, this quarterback needs to make his best throw in the biggest moment of the game.
And that is incomplete. They had their chance. They took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Got to let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on downs. The Jaguars offense starting to trot out for this next possession. And still 2 timeouts left for the defense, but no real need to use them. They're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. Away from one defender on his way. Gain of 7. Now a timeout charge to Arizona. That is their second. 70 seconds left to go in this game. Second down, they need 3. They'll run it once more with Etienne. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. Card's going to signal for their third and final timeout. They get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining.
A gain of 15. First down, Jaguars.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for first and 10. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. So it is a win for our visitors, the Jaguars. They're able to get the job done in front of a hostile crowd as they come away with the victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long, everyone.
You're embarrassing us.